Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the Monday, April the 18th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And some quiet weather continuing now for us for the next couple of days. And that's good news after the frankly horrific tornado outbreak across our region Saturday. That was part of a 3-day severe weather outbreak. Here's a map that was put together by Victor Gensini. And this does a really neat job of kind of telling the story. This was the positioning of the storm system and the severe weather that occurred Thursday and Thursday night, and then you had Friday and Friday night. A lot of the tornadoes concentrated over Mississippi and Alabama. And then as we got into Saturday, it was the Carolinas, especially North Carolina, that dealt with that, and some reports up into Virginia and Maryland as well. Just one of those really nasty multi-day severe weather producing storm systems, and of course the storm survey is continuing. There have been a number of EF2 and EF3 tornadoes confirmed with this activity in eastern North Carolina, including a couple tornadoes over 60 miles long in terms of path, and one of those, the one that moved through Lee and Wake County up to 3 miles wide. That is absolutely incredible. Now, again, the quiet weather is continuing for us for the time being. There's a look at the precipitation right now. It's mainly over the Midwest. The northern part of that is snow. The rest of it's rain. That's along and to the north of a front that's draped off to our north. Now, we started off the day with some high, thin cirrus clouds here. There's a little disturbance back in this region, and these cirrus clouds out ahead of that. But as that disturbance keeps moving eastward, I think a lot of sunshine's on the way for us today. You can pretty easily pick up that frontal boundary I mentioned, draped right through there. Kind of cool, and occasionally some disturbances north of that front, but pretty warm and dry south of it. Now, tomorrow, gearing up for another big severe weather event. Now, not here, but you get off into especially parts of Illinois and Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, and Tennessee. That's the area that's probably going to see a big-time severe weather outbreak. That's the overall severe probabilities tomorrow. That's a large, high probability area of severe weather. And yeah, it just looks like an ugly deal. High winds, some tornadoes, and hail all possible in that area tomorrow. And then you go out to day 3, no formal severe weather designation areas. There is about a 5% probability, though, covering right about that region. And that'll be as we see our next front drop in here. But that next system looks nothing at all like the system we dealt with Saturday. There's the upper air chart today off the European. Basically a zonal flow, west to east flow. Now there's that next system. Notice how far north the dynamics are this time around. Unlike with the Saturday system, you had a big negative tilt trough pivoting right on through the region. This time around, the dynamics way off to our north. So scattered showers and storms a possibility late Wednesday into Wednesday night, but I'm not overly concerned about a huge severe weather event. And then notice the ridging here on the European by early next week. More on that here in just a second. Let's take it day by day. Today, a beautiful day. A lot of Piedmont highs in the upper 70s, even clipping 80 in some areas. Tomorrow, everybody well up into the 80s while that big severe weather event begins to take shape off to our north and west. And now here we are late Wednesday. This is actually the precip from 2 to 8 p.m. Wednesday, and then that is the precip Wednesday evening. So what we'll see is as this front drops in, the opportunity for some scattered showers and storms. And then it gets pretty tricky in terms of how we go Thursday and Friday. It's going to be a challenge because what's going to be the deal is that front stalls out. And wherever that front stalls out, there's going to be the chance for some scattered showers and storms, both Thursday and then again on Friday. And I think the front close enough that I've gone ahead and worded in today the chance for those at least a few showers and storms Thursday and Friday before we look mainly dry over the upcoming weekend there on Saturday and Sunday. A couple of foreign models here. This is the Canadian models, precip during the day Wednesday, and then that is Wednesday night and Thursday morning's precip, so scattered showers and storms along that front. And then the Canadian has a pretty strong area of high pressure over the Great Lakes, wants to shove that front south of us. We'll see. That is a possibility. Here's the European. That's Wednesday afternoon's precip. So some scattered showers and storms. Now this is Thursday afternoon. The European brings in more in the way of showers and storms than the Canadian and the GFS does. And so that's Thursday. And then that is Friday morning. So, you know, I'm like I said, for this forecast package, I've worded in the chance of a few showers and storms Thursday and Friday, and we'll keep refining that forecast here as this week goes along. One final chart for you regarding next week. This is the day 8 to 10 mean, European model on the left, GFS on the right. And so we're looking basically the first couple of days of next work week, or next week rather. And so on the European, you have the ridging a lot more pronounced across the southeast than the GFS. GFS looks more unsettled early next week, whereas the European keeps us warm and mainly dry the first few days of next week. We'll see how that plays out. This might be the European wanting to hold this energy back in the southwest a little bit too long. But we'll see. So certainly, some questions to answer for next week. But that's 8, 9, 10 days down the road. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.